Yeah, good.
Recording in progress.
Now we're going to do a little bit of a drill. This is,
Hello. So I think since we're kind of, it seems like we're, sorry about that, everyone. It's the
perfect.
technical challenge tonight, perfect with the theme of patience. Really perfect. So this is what we talked about last night, but last time rather doing, is just introducing ourselves. So I apologize, we're starting late in doing that because again, the technical challenges, but here we are. So I'd like to ask if people on the Zoom room can unmute yourselves, and then I think people might be coming in, trickling in. So let's start with people saying your name and what motivated you to come to this series. I think that would be nice. What's your main motivation? When you read the 16 guidelines, what was it? Kind of like the essence of like, I need to or I want to go to this. You just say it in a sense. And if you don't want to say that, you do something else.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Go ahead.
Oh, so hello. My name is Christine. Thank you so much, Venerable. Happy to be here. I work in the field of, I'm in Los Angeles. I work in the field of education. I and another lovely person in this class, we help provide a support group for families and friends who are dealing with substance and process addictions. And we have been using the 16 guidelines now for 2 years to help support those families who are dealing with the loved one in their life who has substance or process addictions. And it's been incredibly successful. The peer-based recovery program is called Recovery Dharma.
Oh,
And
nice.
so we are the family and friends facilitators we're the facilitators for the Recovery Dharma Family and Friends meeting. And we have found that the family and friends really benefit from utilizing the 16 guidelines on their path of support and their partner's support of renunciation.
Excellent. You should be teaching this.
No.
We're leading it.
I'm humbled to be a part of this experience. So thank you.
Thank you, Christine.
Hi, I'm Kate. I'm Christine's cohort in the Friends and Family Dharma Recovery group, and I have seen amazing effects of the 16 guidelines and having these people that are suffering and having that really allow them to heal, understand, and grow. And I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
Welcome.
Go ahead, Molly. You can go next.
Molly?
Yes. Hi. I kind of missed what we're doing. Just introductions. Sorry, I joined a few minutes late.
That's okay. We're all a little bit late tonight. We're just saying your and what motivated us to come to the series.
Yeah. I belong to the Land of the Medicine Buddha newsletter, and I've been wanting to try one of the great courses or classes. They all seem really interesting to me, and I felt like this one resonated particularly because who doesn't want to be happier? And then I started to look into kind of the program, and I just thought it would be really really interesting. Excited to learn more.
Where do you live?
I'm in Aptos.
Oh, you're in Aptos. Okay. Okay. Oh, we have more people joining. Hello. So we're sharing who we are and why we're here. Can't see your name. So that's Mary? Is that Mary? Can't read it. Mary.
You're muted.
Mary, can you unmute yourself? And we're doing quick intros.
There we
So,
go.
Sorry, yes. Can you hear me now?
yes, yes. we're
Okay,
coming.
I'm Mary. I'm sorry, I just got in here. And what do you want to know about me?
Love it. Oh, well, we got your name. That's the first part. What motivated you to come today?
Oh,
your
well,
purpose?
I'm very interested in the program and the whole thing about quote unquote happiness and how, we're in charge, like you said last week, that we're in charge of our own generator, and I want to get back in control of that generator.
Right. And where do you live, Mary?
Oh, I'm in Watsonville.
You're in Watsonville. Oh, me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Great. See you in the grocery store.
Yeah, probably.
And then there's a new user. Is that you, Isabel? No. Hello, new user. Can you unmute yourself and possibly show your face? We don't bite. No? Yes.
I've asked to unmute, so we'll see.
Yeah, if you want, you can join in. You can just let Isabella know, raise your hand. There's a raising your hand or oh, there you go. They're unmuted.
Nope.
No, then they didn't. Yeah, we got on a little bit late tonight, so we tried to get on a little bit earlier. This is for new user and everyone. We're just a little late. We had some technical challenges. How about everybody here in the room? Your name and anything you want to share, like if you want to say why you're here, that'd be cool.
I'm Gustavo, and I am here. I learned about the program, and I thought it would be something good for me to bring into my life. The 16 guidelines. I'd like to be happier as well.
Yeah, nice goal.
Share that with everyone.
Yeah, and where do you live?
I live in Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz. Oh, that's right. You can walk here. And Deborah. Deborah.
And I also live near here, downtown, and I was looking for a community to meditate with. And I'm a big fan of the Land of Medicine Buddha, and I'm really glad you brought something into my neighborhood. So.
Cool. Can everybody on Zoom room hear the people in the room? Yes, okay. Our next guest.
Okay. I'm Steve. I live at the Land of Medicine Buddha, and I'm exploring all the programs they got. I make use of what I can get into. And yeah, I want to be happy.
Yeah.
I'm Coney. We're not on the camera, but I'm the director of the Wisdom Center, but really I'm the person who tries to bring all the programs from the wonderful Dharma centers that we have around here in downtown. So this is really exciting to have Venerable Chime here and this program, and it's really wonderful to hear about how this program is already helping people. And I really love that. And I hope that we can just keep spreading Dharma and improving people's lives. I need it. Thank you.
Isabella? You're not just tech.
Yeah, well, okay, I'm Isabella, and I help with the spiritual program coordination at Land of Medicine Buddha. And so I assist with all of the programming and hosting hybrid in-person classes, as well as lots of other things to make it make it what it is, make the events happen at Land of Medicine Buddha. So I'm very grateful to be here and to be able to spend this time with all of you and grow and learn and yeah, see where it takes us.
Nice. Growing as a group. It's a nice thing. Okay, thanks for sharing. I'm really happy to hear about that group in the LA area. Okay, so very briefly, I'll just review about the two different kinds of meditations. There's one meditation that has to do with just stilling the mind, calming our mind, focusing the mind, because if not, we have a scattered mind, right? And the analytical is really about changing our minds, changing our attitudes, changing or correcting, some of the wrong ideas or ignorances that we have, right? Many levels. So we can only do that if we have a still mind. Now, a still mind, there's all these pretty extensive teachings in Tibetan Buddhism about what's called calm abiding, where one can get this pliancy of the mind and of the body. But this is secular, but just to say that, there's yoga we can do all these different ways to relax our minds, but we want to add a purpose to it, right? Not just relaxing for the sake of relaxing, but relaxing and focusing in order to then go, aha, with the analysis. The analysis is what opens things up. The truth. We're getting more to these realizations, so to speak. Okay? I just wanted to mention that. So let's do a guided settling meditation for just a few minutes. Because the topic tonight is patience, the opposite of patience is anger, isn't it? Frustration, irritation, anger, and then when anger increases, it's rage. So I'm just going to prep you with this, that I'm going to bring our attention to, I decided to do around the eyes and around the hands and the heart. And I want you to know beforehand the reason being, so you can use this for yourself in the future. When we get impatient, the heart starts beating more, right? Hands get maybe clenched or just tighter, typically speaking, not all the time. And our thinking gets kind of myopic and we get kind of like this wrap, this crease here, right? So everything gets tense. And so when you can learn with things called progressive relaxation and things like that we use in psychology, where you can learn to train one part of your body to relax, a lot of times the rest will follow. So these are kind of center points that I wanted to bring in, share with you before we do it. Okay, so let's do it. Let's take a minute to try to sit in a comfortable yet upright position, where you imagine that your spine is relaxed, yet one vertebrae on top of the other. Shoulders relaxed at your side, arms relaxed in your lap by your side. Eyes slightly looking downward to reduce the excitability. And if you get sleepy, then you bring your attention upward a little bit. Just start to notice what it feels like sitting in your seat. Notice the weight of your body on the chair or cushion. And then bring your awareness to the temperature in the room. The air as it meets your skin, your hands, your face. And then bring your attention in a little bit more inside onto the breath. Nothing you need to do to the breath. It's just breathing itself. So catch the next wave of it and just follow the rhythm of your breath. Perfect breath. And then let's turn our attention onto the area around the heart, not where the physical heart is, but kind of more to the center of your body, around your sternum, at the center of your chest. And imagine there's a warmth there. And that warmth and calmness starts to spread through your chest area. Relaxing your belly, your chest. And spend a minute there just allowing the sensation to seep through to your back, down to your buttocks and your legs. And stay vividly present while you allow the body to rest. Relaxing in this warm, comforting sensation. Noticing now around your brow area, that warm sensation just starts to spread out in the center of your brow and relaxes your face. Slowly releasing any tension around your eyes, mouth, your neck. Any knitted tension around your eyes just melts away. Then bring your attention to your hands and imagine that they're nice and warm and a little heavy and open. Just rest in this open, warm, spacious, and present experience. Then when you're ready, start to open your eyes and bring your attention back to the center of the Zoom room or the room where we are gathered in person. If you can hold on to that sensation as we listen to some of the main points of patience. So, the way that this program defines patience is the ability to stay in control of our minds, not to react, and to keep a peace of mind in the face of difficulties. People, places, or things. This program works with starting with small challenges to patients and to build on it. As well, the pause, I added this. The pause is important because in some of the neuroscience it shows when we react too quickly, the brain gets flooded with fight or flight. So we're doing the opposite. We're pausing and letting some spaciousness come in. I think it's We have a children that says that with patience, just wait. Just wait. Patience is difficult. In the traditional Tibetan system, it says it's one of the most difficult virtues. Very difficult. Yet it's a powerful skill, right? And we know why, because it can prevent a lot of problems in our lives. So it involves creating more space and more choices in difficult situations, doesn't it? Right? Makes sense, doesn't it? Some of the characteristics of patience when we start practicing it is that it allows for like a flexibility of mind. Our minds can see things because when we're in the opposite, anger, like I was saying earlier, our vision gets very myopic. We can't see all the choices. We can't see all the dependent arisings of everything, the relationship of everything together, can we? We're impatient. It releases us from reactivity. It gives us strength. And it also, if you think of it, patience kind of releases us from the victim role. Because when we're so defensive, see, impatience comes from grabbing onto or pushing away. Think about it very deeply, doesn't it? We get impatience because we don't get what we want. And we're impatient because something is coming that we don't want, that we want to go away. Right? Makes sense, doesn't it? So patience keeps us out of the victim role. And I know that can be kind of a charged thing, but it does when you think about it deeply. And it's neuroprotective because when we're patient, we're just creating, a mind that's able to tolerate. Right? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? And then when we're relaxed, like we just were, that's patience. Patience is a relaxed mind. That's a lot of neuroprotectivity right there. Protection. There's no such word as protectivity, I don't think. I like the
Good,
sound.
sounds good.
I like it. I like the sound of it too. Protectivity. Patience allows us to have more space. We're more spacious when we're more patient. And within that space, then we can think about how to respond in the moment of adversity or challenge, right? To people, places, or things. Even to harm. Again, that's one of the most difficult skills to develop is patience when harm is happening right in the moment. So patience requires discipline because we need to practice it over and over again. It does not come naturally. And I think it has an element of contentment to it too, right? If we're not grabbing onto things or pushing things away, we're just kind of content with how things are. So that supports our patience, doesn't it? Makes sense. Patience functions also to reduce our anxiety. The anxiety is the grabbing, and to reduce our anger. Anger can be kind of based in grabby attachment too, but anger also has this quality of aversion, right? We don't want it. So patience functions to reduce our anxiety, our anger. It creates this inner strength, just like we were talking about with humility last week, inner strength. And it really develops character. It puts you in this space of control and allows solutions to rise easier, or maybe better said, that we can see them easier. We can see the options, right? We're more patient. So with that said, I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Sorry to shorten it. That was a lot said there. And I think what we'll do, we'll put people in the Zoom room in one breakout room together. We'll come back in 6 minutes. How's that? And then this group can just meet. You can maybe turn your chairs toward each other if you want. Or if you want to go in pairs, we'll go in pairs. Tony, you're going to be involved in this? You're staying. You're leaving.
I have to stay tonight, so we did this.
Okay, so how about you three just turn your chairs and come back in 6 minutes?
It's experience.
Whatever comes up for you around that, what do you think about it?
Patience.
Well, I'll go first.
Okay.
I don't see how it's different from being present, because if you're impatient, you don't want what's happening now. You're going into the future. That's what it feels like for me. And patience means being present. Whatever's happening now, you're there instead of wishing you were in the future.
Yeah, it also, I think, has the aspect of not reacting immediately.
Pause.
Mhm. Yeah, which is part of being in the now.
Mm-hmm.
Often, fast reactions are you're looking at something out there or such that you were in the past and moving you. Patience holds you.
What if what's happening now is the trigger for the impatience?
Yeah. That's where the pause comes in and looking at the trigger.
Yeah. I think I've always been very impatient. So this is great.
I'm right with you.
Because I
Me too.
kind of move fast, and whether it's with little kids who they can't tie their shoe, or now it's with my friends who are really old, and now I have to be patient with them like they were little kids. I've been noticing that lately. I've just been thinking patience would be a really good thing for me to learn. I think I would be a better person. I would be a better friend.
Oh, it's so
It seems like it's judging. Like impatience is judging the situation or the person to not be satisfactory. You can see how it ties into happiness, because if we can pause and be present, then maybe things are more satisfactory and we're happier.
I think patience also allows us to see our expectations in the situation. Oftentimes, what we expect is not real situation. You talked about pausing, what's real rather than what we expect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't anything.
Being very patient.
speaking of traffic, she was talking about the traffic. And that's an opportunity to be patient because they're just people like us. All those people in all those cars that are doing all those rude things, they're just the same as us.
They're getting off work.
It's hard to be patient when you're anonymous too. You know, you're in your car and you can honk and yell and cut somebody off, but really, that's a place where we could use some patience.
It's interesting. You're in your car, you know, you feel like you want to honk and yell at people, but if you're walking on the street and you see them as a person, sometimes you don't do that.
Yeah.
Car, it's isolation.
More opportunities to be rude, maybe.
Okay, I think we're probably about ready. It's a short hour. A quick hour.
Where is everybody? They're still talking.
They're clear.
They're still talking.
They're still talking.
No, not coming back.
That's good.
You guys can just be patient and wait for us.
Yeah, another opportunity.
The whole night. I love this about Dharma. Oh, well, this is secular. Dharma just means phenomena. Doesn't have to mean Buddhism. Have to mean that word. So I wish we had time to talk now. What I'm going to do. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I wish we had time to share because I heard some really yummy things, yummy points. But I think what we'll do is we'll do the 10-minute, bring it down to 10-minute, the meditation on patience, and then we'll have time to share as a group. We'll have everybody talking. How's that sound? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, everybody ready online? Get into your spaceship again. Comfortable position. Letting go of everything from the day. Let's see if you can bring forth again. Maybe starting with your hands. Relaxing your hands. And letting that sensation of being present and awake and alert, but relaxed for your whole body. Just let it seep through your whole body for a minute. A relaxed body helps to relax the mind. Just notice a warm feeling around your heart area, center of your chest. A safe feeling. Think about what patience is. It's this skill that we can cultivate to keep our mind in a place of peace and calm and not reacting to people, places, or things that are difficult. And we can realize that everyone struggles with it. Even people who may seem calm on the outside, they may be impatient inside. So we all struggle. It's a life skill and it takes a lifetime to perfect it. So we can be patient with our learning patience. So I want to ask you to start to imagine just imagine a situation where it's something that's going to happen in the future of some kind of stress, tension, maybe a little conflict. Don't pick anything too difficult. Pick something small and imagine that this situation is going to be happening sometime in the future. Try to bring up, if you can, all the details of it. Who's there? It's happening. And then just let that float away. Okay? Let that just put it in the back burner. And now let's imagine that our minds are like a big blue sky. Just allow your mind to be vast, spacious, and that within this huge, spacious mind, which is you identify with it, there are clouds that are passing. They are just clouds of your hopes or your fears in relationship to this or anything. And let them just keep on going. Stay in the present, clear mind, this blue, spacious sky, and let them bubble up and pass on by. Just maintain this calm sense in your body and your mind like the sky. And now, bring up this scenario again of something that may be a little challenging, maybe a meeting, someone you need to call. Notice if there's any changes in your body, your breathing or hands or whatnot. And don't even try to resist that. Just put spaciousness around it. Just soften around it. See if you can start bringing forth the situation that's going to happen with a sense of patience. What would it be like to bring in this perspective, patience, in this scene in the future? With your imagination, try to just allow this calm, spacious mind to remain. What happens? Does your face soften? You breathe and breathing gets deeper? What would it mean to be patient in that situation? Imagine specifically how you're going to be patient. See it and feel it as best you can, as if it's happening now. And how does it affect others around you? How are they responding to your patience? See if you can imagine that. What about the outcomes? Can you imagine maybe a slightly different outcome because of your patience? To stay with this scene and play it out in a way where the mind that wants to grasp or push away or expect, get defensive, doesn't have any space to arise because that spaciousness is taken. And you're waiting, you're relaxing in the moment. If there's any insights or aha moments that come up or experience, see if you can replay them in your mind to help this go deeper or gray matter, deeper into our hearts. Our patience can be positively affecting others. Stay with that. You may even want to bring in a wish that your patience in this situation helped others, brought some kind of a gift or something to them that they didn't have. And keep in mind that this kind of rehearsal or reframing, we call it, can gradually build up the skill of patience in our mind stream. It can build confidence and an identity of that's who I am, I'm patient. Positive, loving, supportive way of looking at ourselves. See if you can taste the power of patience. As Muhammad Ali said, it's not the mountain ahead of us that wears you down. It's the pebble in your shoe. So we take it one situation at a time to practice patience. And then take a couple slow, deep breaths to kind of close out this meditation. From your belly. Make a wish to be able to come back to this on your own, to benefit others. And may this practice enhance your lives, each and every one of you listening to this. Okay, now we're going to do 10 minutes of folks talking about your experience. We'll do it on the Zoom room. And that'll give us time to close. Yeah, 10 minutes. Anything that you noticed that was inspiring, that you have an inquiry about, you want to talk about in the group? Anything that worked or you're wondering about. Let's do that for 10 minutes. Yeah, can we put them in a Zoom room?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
In a separate room or just all together?
Oh, yeah, let's do it all together. That's a good idea, Tony. So we're gonna do it with the Zoom room and the in-person room together.
So they can unmute.
So you can all unmute, and it's kind of hard when you're not in person to see who is about to talk. Now you can feel that. So we'll just have to use our extrasensory perception. How about if we start with somebody from the Zoom room and then we'll add in here? I'm looking that way, but I should look this way.
Maybe you can recommend Mary.
Recommend Mary?
Yeah, she's her unmuted. Mary,
She wants me to recommend you, Mary, because you're unmuted. She thinks that you're getting ready to speak.
No,
No,
it's okay.
you don't have to, Mary. It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I'm not really.
You know, we can just sit for a minute. Let's be patient.
I don't have anything to say right now. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. That was fine.
Yeah.
Just sit for a moment and something will bubble up. What stood out about that practice?
I mean, I could share. Okay. Something that,
Everybody can hear you okay?
yeah, can you hear me on Zoom? Yeah. So it brought me back to a moment that I had with my nephew, who is 3 years old, now 4. But there was a moment when I was visiting my sister where he was just having a bad tantrum. And yeah, just so much, children have such intensity in their emotions. It's on like 100% all the time. And there was the reflection of the experience of impatience that he was experiencing in his own body. This kind of like relentless feeling of get me out, because he wanted something and couldn't get what he wanted. And so, that emotional, like visceral reaction of not being able to meet a comfort within the body or the mind. So like there's a level of impatience that he's experiencing, but then also a level of patience that I have to have while I'm like trying to hold him and comfort him. Yeah, I don't know, I just thought I'd share because that came up, this kind of like feeling of like wanting to get out of the discomfort and being patient with in the midst of discomfort and allowing that to kind of transcend and transform and like just trust in the process. I think there's a lot of trust and patience, have a lot of those mirroring qualities. So yeah, it's okay.
And was there a little bit of letting go to the resistance too? Meditation has that part of when we're trying to be patient, resistance comes up, doesn't it?
Yeah, I really liked what you said with if like, because my hands were fidgeting and I felt like this kind of restlessness inside of me. And I really liked what you said about creating spaciousness around the movement. If your hands are moving, creating spaciousness around it. Not that it's wrong inherently to do that,
right?
To feel restless, but to create space and to observe it.
Great, thanks. So that helped.
Yeah, definitely did in that moment. Yeah.
Anybody else? Thinking? We can wait. Think. We don't do enough wait time. Waiting is patience. Just being is patience.
I have just a comment. So in our group, when mention was about triggers that come up, and just wanted to comment on the value of meditation, the stillness and being analytical to look at the trigger. So patience allows you the ability to utilize that to work with the trigger. Anyway, I just thought that was valuable for me.
It's kind of a balance of being able to look at the triggers and work with them. And also you can do this exercise on your own where you recall a time you were patient, because we have these skills. We just have to cultivate them. So you can, if you do this on your own at home, right, you can recall a time, or as you're practicing patience and you're experiencing it, you can bring that forth just as you're thinking about it. And that builds neurologically in your meditation practice. It builds a strength. So when the triggers come up, then you have some force to counter it. Right? Knowing that you already have some experience with patients. What else? We still have time. We have a full 5 minutes with all this patient spaciousness.
Sure. Sorry, Christine, I see your hand. I think we said we did it at the same time. But yeah, just really quickly, and apologies, I already brought up my dog to the Zoom room, but because when we did the first meditation, he went from being very calm to like nudging my chair and chewing his bone and doing all these things to practice patience. But I also thought of him again during the second meditation exercise, because often when I take him on walks, it's most enjoyable for dogs to sniff. Like they're not really in it for like the exercise and moving quickly, even though the human might be trying to get them to do that. So I'm often like pulling him, trying to make him walk faster. And as something that I thought would be easy, that's the scenario that I envisioned. And I thought it was really helpful to think about kind of like the vast blue sky that you mentioned, where most of us, I think, are in Santa Cruz County. So often we do get, beautiful scenery that we can, probably stop and take a look at, rather than to kind of remind us to exercise that patient muscle rather than, rushing, pulling, like I often do when I walk my dog. So that's what came up for me.
It's very nice. Thank you. And there was another person to share? Who else wants to share?
Thank you, Venerable. I wanted to ask, as we are talking about patients with the 16 guidelines and recognizing it is a secular program, do you have suggestions? So the language like that we use when people are feeling discomfort, we'll use the phrase, it really sounds like you're sitting in it today, sitting in the discomfort. Do you have, from that secular perspective, do you have more phrases or thoughts or ideas that we can incorporate to help with that pause, being the patience, or patience being the pause?
I heard about sitting in it, meaning the suffering, and then some language around using the pause. I'm a little confused.
Yeah. Yes. So I was just wondering if you had additional terminology to help people understand that taking a pause is a form of patience.
Oh. Well, I work part-time still as a little school psychologist. I try to listen to the language that people use themselves, right? To join with the person,
Mhm.
come up with like a pet phrase. But I think there's things like taking a break. I don't know, what do you guys think? Taking a vacation. Letting go for a moment. What do you think? There's so many different ways to word.
Is
Pause.
it based in something like first recognition that you're feeling something?
Mm,
And then you have to go like, okay, then I realize that I'm sitting in something, as she said, and then you can move that into patience. So I think, to me, it's a two-step.
Yep.
At least two-step kind of
yeah.
reaction.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely, it does. Thank you.
I mean, emotions are nothing that we should resist or fight. We can let them flow through us. And just what Tony said, to just recognize it and then soften around it. I like the word softening too. Relaxing, softening, pausing,
Breathing.
breathing.
Oh, that's
Anything to give us that spaciousness. That we can have a little distance from it instead of what happens is we attach to it psychologically, spiritually too, emotionally. Gemas. What else? We have one more minute for that last thought that somebody wants to share. Who hasn't shared yet? Casey? Okay, no? No? Okay. I don't even remember what we're doing next week. I think it's contentment. Yep, it's contentment. Next week. That's a good one. Is that what you said? So did you say that's a good one? That's a good one. Okay, so let's dedicate this positive potential that we've just created in a group scene here. And our increased understanding for all of us together during this session. Let's think about everybody who's ill. We can bring all these people all around us in our mind. People are ill mentally or physically that we know or don't know, for them to have good health. For those who are hungry or thirsty, always be fed and have a drink. Anybody who's being harmed by violence, war, or conflict, to have comfort and peace, and to know that things will change and get better. To those who don't have a home, for them to be warm and safe. To those who are challenged with loneliness, financial problems, disharmony, to end their worries and to increase their happiness. For all of our friends, all the strangers, the so-called difficult ones, that they have the gift of patience and that they experience love. And just think how wonderful it would be if everyone in this room, the Zoom room, in the present room here, have the gift of patience, so we can wish it for each other. Okay. That's it. See you next week. We'll come in at 6 next week. Okay, we've done our intros. Thank you for your patience coming on with the technical problem. We're getting better.
Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you. Shut it down.